Hi guys, welcome to the Truth Podcast. It's your girl Chidexi, and today I'm not alone. We have a guest. Her name is Adiola, and I'm going to let her introduce herself. Hi.
Hello. So, yes, my name is Adiola. And how do I introduce myself? Because it's very important. And maybe it can be a topic of conversation.
Okay.
I say that I am air. I give people a reason to live, love, and breathe.
Okay.
I am light. I bring clarity, understanding, and awareness. I'm unconditional love. I love because it's who I am. I'm vulnerability impersonified because I carry all of me boldly and unapologetically everywhere I go to. And I'm an example on earth that God exists.
See my eyes. You want to make me cry? We've not started. Oh my God. Okay,
That's who I
wow.
am.
Wow.
Every other thing is a role or a title, but if you strip me of everything and all the titles and the skills and the talents, this is what you'll find in me.
And this is everything. It's encompasses everything. Wow. Okay, so we're going to talk about a topic that is least traveled. That road is very, very lonely, but there are people in it, right? So I see that you talk a lot about almost everything: trauma, healing, being a stepmom, and all of that. And there's something that caught me in one of your videos. You said that nobody really talks about the sides and everything that comes with being a stepmother. Can you please elaborate? Like, is it that if I get married to this person and he has a child or children, are we dragging position for attention or something? How is it?
There's a huge possibility that you will be.
Wow.
Not because you have to, but because you don't know how to relate to that situation. If you go into anything on earth unprepared, anything, you will suffer.
Wow.
And I use that word intentionally because pain might be inevitable, but suffering is a choice.
Oh, wow. Okay, my notes.
Yeah. However, a lot of people go into blended families unprepared. At least I did.
Okay.
I thought love was enough,
Hmm.
right? I felt, okay, look, I love this guy. I've known him for so many years. We've been friends and then lovers, and now we're taking it on to the next
Next
step.
step.
His children didn't ask to be put in this kind of situation. Aside the fact that I also felt like I was Voltron, defender of the universe.
Yeah.
And I also felt like I could save him because one of the things that kept me going was how I met other people's needs.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
was a people pleaser.
Wow.
Yeah, and a lot of us are, to be honest.
Okay.
A
Okay. When
lot
you
of us
finish
are.
that, I'm going to transition into this topic. This one you just said.
Yes, a lot of us are. And so I thought I could save him and his
Hmm.
children.
Hmm.
And so I came in with this cape of superwoman thinking, things will go my way. It will
Hmm.
happen this way. We'll get into this family thing.
You already organized it in
And
your
in my
head.
mind, that this is
Hmm.
how it's going to go. And then nobody told me
Hmm.
that the relationships or the levels of relationships I was going to have to foster
Hmm.
were first the relationship with myself because I didn't have a relationship with myself.
Wow.
Hence, identifying myself the way I introduced myself today because I had no identity.
Wow.
And when you don't have an identity, you answer to anything that you're called, right? And so what happened was I thought, okay, well, I learned in my journey that the relationships that I needed to foster was a healthy relationship with myself first,
Yeah.
and then a relationship with myself and my new husband,
Mm-hmm.
then a relationship with myself, my new husband, and
The
his
children.
children.
Wow.
Then the relationship with myself, my husband, his children,
And your
our
children.
child,
Ooh.
or well, children. We have a child
Child
together.
together.
So the relationship with yourself, your husband, the children, his children, our children, his family.
Hmm.
Then add your
Your family.
family. Then add her family.
What do you mean her family?
His ex-wife, late wife,
Wow.
her
They
family.
are still like
Their
involved.
yes, their children involved.
Oh,
So they'll be there forever.
that's a long list.
And then now add friends and well wishers, right?
Mm.
Now, if the first relationship, that is the one with yourself, is not solid, every other thing is going to break the rest of it because it's heavy.
It's heavy. The list is long.
Yes. And the people, I mean, we're not talking now about the numbers of these people.
Yeah.
So imagine a broken person trying to fix other
Other
people. It's like giving from a cup that is completely empty.
Empty. Ooh,
Yes.
we.
And so I was very depleted. At some point, I wasn't clinically diagnosed, but I personally believe that I went through some form of deep depression. And it took my daughter to walk into a room one day and ask me if I was happy or if I was sad, and saw me crying. That made me say, I mean, after I said, she said, "Are you happy or are you sad?" I said, "Mom," I said, "I'm happy." She said, "Then why are you crying?" I said, "Because I'm happy to see you." My daughter knew I was lying. She was barely 4 at this time. She knew I was lying. I knew I was lying. And she gave me about 5 minutes and then she hugged me and said, "Mommy, I just want you to know that I love you." You know, and the helplessness and hopelessness I saw on her face that day made me take a decision and a stand that today will be the last time this child will see me just broken and battered. And if I do anything at all for anyone, I will make sure that I become a better person and put my life together so I can show her how to put her life together. Because our children they feel like they're our saviors.
Yeah.
And when they cannot help you, they feel like they're failed.
Yeah.
And they carry that on for forever. For some children. So that's what happened with that. And yes, and so when I got help, I thought, okay, because I have help, I'm able to breathe better.
So you went to get proper help.
Oh yes, I went through therapy, all kinds of therapy. I did coaching, counseling. Then I did hypnotherapy, which changed my life literally completely. Because what happens, and it's scientific, what happens between the ages of 0 and 8 is more of hypnosis. Because at that time, your only emotions, your logical mind doesn't form fully till you're 25.
Yeah.
So between the ages of 0 and 8, people are speaking words upon you. You can't do this. You are hopeless. You are this.
And you pick
and
it.
it's repetitively. It's not the one-offs.
Yes.
It's the fact that somebody has said it over and over and over. And what happens with your subconscious mind is that it only accepts, it doesn't reject.
Ooh.
Your conscious mind will accept or reject. But once it goes into your subconscious mind,
it just takes it in.
And then your body now is the instrument of that subconscious mind. Which means that who you are today, your beliefs, your behaviors, are predominantly what was put in you between the ages of 0 and 8. So for you to change it, you've got to repetitively hypnotize yourself and change what is in your subconscious mind to what is more empowering. The you say you want to be.
Yeah, you want.
It's not, it just cannot happen in your consciousness because your conscious mind is the one that says no, we don't want this, I can't do this. But your subconscious mind only collects it.
Yeah.
So that's what I had to do to get myself back together. And when I saw what it did for me, I said I was going to go and train so that I can help other people. And that's where I'm here today.
So now you're certified to help people come out from.
Oh yes, I'm a clinical hypnotherapist.
Oh, that's nice.
And therapist.
And I hope that after this episode, people that are lost, because a lot of people are lost. I always tell people that marriage in itself is not the trophy. The trophy is the person you got married to, how the person makes you feel, how you are happy. I don't know if I'm right.
So I beg to differ on that.
Okay.
Because your husband's or your wife, your spouse's responsibility is not to make you happy.
Okay.
That's your responsibility.
Oh, wow.
So marriage doesn't happify you.
Hey!
Marriage amplifies who you really
are. So wait, hold on a minute. Hold on a damn minute. You mean if you are sad and you were happy to be married, after the wedding,
It's
you are still
fleeting.
sad.
That yes, you're a sad person. If it took marriage to make you happy, then there's a big problem already.
Oh my God.
Because that means that you will get into the marriage, and then the next thing you think is, when I have children, I'll be happy.
Happy. Oh,
Then you
always
have
the
a
next
girl.
thing.
Then when I have a boy, I'll be happy.
Mm.
Oh no, maybe because the truth is, if one shoe could make you happy, why do you have 200?
Oh
It's a
my
table that I just
God.
broke. Yeah. So marriage is not what is meant to make you happy.
Hmm.
You're meant to be happy
On your
then
own.
marry.
Ooh, wee. So it's like an addition.
It's an addition to who you
You are.
already are. So if you're waiting for your spouse to make you happy, you're waiting for your spouse to fill you up, you're waiting for that already tells you that there's a void in you. But the truth is, your spouse will die trying.
And get
And you will
exhausted.
never be able to fill that void because it's not their responsibility to do it.
It's yours.
Yes.
I
Okay.
think it's better.
It's yours.
So I'm going to go to this next question. You said many people are people pleasers.
Yes.
How can one identify that he or she is a people pleaser?
First of all, when you don't know how to say no.
Hold on. First of all, is it covering her face? Okay. Okay, so
Is it okay?
So you said what? Yeah, it's okay, Abby.
First of all, when you don't know how to say no.
Oh, hold on. Hey, I want to say this. I remember when in secondary school we had, all these things that external people comes to teach. And after the whole long talk, they asked, I was in my SS2. They asked, what it's a whole school. What do you learn from today's teaching and speaking? Everybody was saying theirs. And the only answer I gave is I said, I have learned to learn how to say no when it is needed. Do you know for the whole semester or how did term, for the whole term, people keep telling me, learn how to say no. And I thought I was embarrassed. But coming to this level I am now, I see that no is heavy. It's heavy and it's better to say no than to say yes and come back to say no.
The more no's you say, you give room for more powerful yeses.
Ooh, wee.
I didn't know that also. I wanted to. So being a people pleaser comes from the fact that maybe that was a role you had to play as a child. Because there are 4 predominant roles that we play as children. Okay. We just don't know that we're playing them as roles for attention and affection. One of the roles is the brilliant child.
Okay.
Once you realize that every time I get A in school, mommy and daddy,
they'll hug you. Yeah.
You key into that character. Now you grow up feeling that you have to be the best in everything.
Oh my God,
and
that's
the pressure of wanting to be the best in everything will finish you.
That's pressure.
But you don't know how to drop that character because that's the only character you've known how to play.
That's the only way you can be accepted. So you think.
That's the way you think. Yeah. Exactly. The second role is the sickly child. This is a child that is consistently sick.
Yeah. They are very close to their mom. Those ones.
Because at least there's a special cream that they're always rubbing on my back. The next role is a carer child. Mommy, are you okay? This is when parents maybe are alcoholics or they're consistently fighting, or they're into drugs, or they themselves are sick. This child will take on. Have you heard people who have died? They'll say, now you are the mother.
Yes.
Even at 5 years old. Exactly. Yeah. How can a child
be a mother?
Exactly. So this child then drops everything of them
and pick up the role.
That's the key role of a people pleaser.
Ooh.
Everybody, I care about you. And then one of the last role that I'll be talking about today is the rebellious child. That's the stubborn goat, as they call them. So now they go right.
Now we
that was my own space too, because I realized that every time I was naughty, they gave me attention. And for for human beings, whether it's good attention or bad
bad.
attention is irrelevant.
Yeah, but
As
we
long
love
as you are-
attention.
even if it's beating,
Mm.
the fact is that you are now, or both your eyes are on me.
Yes, you can see
And we
me.
take it as that. And so we can oscillate between some of these roles, because I started as a rebellious person and then I became a carer. Because rebellion no longer served me as a child. When I got into university, I'm now an adult.
Adults.
So now it's in Yoruba, they say Omo Imakpare, which is child, you don't kill yourself. Before it's Omo Imakpami, which is child, don't kill me.
Oh, yeah, okay, I understand.
So I became a carer. When I noticed that, whenever I did things for people, people would
Love it.
that's the role that I took on, forgetting that I needed to care for myself also.
Oh.
And that's one of the huge things to look out for in people pleasing, when you think about everybody else but yourself. Right? And a lot of women find themselves in this space because we've been taught to look after everybody. They've said the woman is the nurturer, the woman is the builder of the home. If the child is good, it's the father's child.
Yes, but it's the mother.
So there's been so much blame and so much shame and guilt that has been put on the woman before she even becomes a woman.
Ooh.
And we carried on. It's just like being a stepmother. The role that I was running away from was not to be called the wicked stepmother that even Hollywood created stories on.
About, yeah.
Every Nollywood film that you see a stepmother, she's
wicked
and she's a witch.
Yes.
So you carry on those things and those labels and the identity of being those things without knowing it. And you're running away from being called it. The energy of running away from hell is different from the energy of running to heaven. Because one, you are running from something, so you're not even looking back. The other one, you are walking towards.
Yeah.
So there's an agenda, there's a goal. The other one, there's no goal. As long as I don't go back to poverty, I will do everything that I can so that I don't go back there. And so a lot of us find ourselves in that situation.
Jesus Christ. Hey, God.
So I don't know if I've answered the question.
You've done more than answer it. You've elaborated. Like, okay, we're going to move slightly from that, and I want to talk about since you are a certified therapy, so there are so many people, like Nigerians don't really believe in going for therapy. I hope you know.
Well, I think they're beginning to. Some
people in the urban.
Yes, I guess so, because I mean it's only open to the people in the urban areas.
Okay, so now for the sake of this podcast, we hope and know that so many people listen to it, both urban and rural. And then when somebody is in depression or trying to find themselves, can you give us like a quick 5 things they can do to try to drag themselves out of drowning?
So I'm not really into 5 steps or 3 steps or 10 steps. I don't, because life is lifing for
everybody.
People,
yeah,
and the way we relate to things differ. So I'm not that 2 steps, 1 step. If you find yourself, because also you know, Dr. Google has made us think that we know what the problems are. Because all you just do is Google it and you will see all kinds of things. Now, I tell people the last place you go to is Google. Dr. Google might not be the best, because if you put, why do I have a headache? It will lead you to AIDS and cancer. And all the what, and you will start to actually feel those symptoms.
Yes,
because we're just naturally wired to attract the things that we're thinking of. The Bible says, as a man thinketh, so is he. Period. It's a law. What you think about, you be about. That's it.
Become.
So when you find yourself in a state of what you think you call depression, because they're different it's different for different people. Some people say, I don't want to get up from bed. Some people say, I don't want to talk to people. But you don't actually have to be in depression to not want to talk to people. There are days I don't want to talk to people and I'm not depressed.
There are days like that.
In fact, I shut down at some particular times every day. After that, I don't talk to anybody. You can be in my house for 1 week, and after I've shut down, you show up, I won't see you. That's how I am, because I'm very particular about what I allow into my space.
Your energy.
And the kinds of conversations. And I'm a recovered people pleaser. So I don't need you to like me. I like me. And that's good enough for me. Right? So I'm not trying to be something that I'm not, because it's not going to happen anymore. So if you find yourself not wanting to speak to people, there's nothing wrong with it. So for me to give certain steps, I need to find out
What?
why you think you are depressed.
Hmm.
Because it's going to, once again, it's going to be different for different people. When people say I'm depressed, I'll say, tell me, paint a picture of what
What's going
depression
on?
looks like to you.
Hmm.
Because you can say, oh, I woke up this morning and I didn't want to get up from bed. There are days I wake up in the morning too that I don't want to get up from bed.
But
And I'm
okay,
not
let's
depressed.
let's put this. Let's
So
let's
we have to
paint.
put it in context.
Let's paint this scenario. There are some people that it's not a 1 day thing or 2 day thing. Some people are already tired
Right.
of life. They have lost the taste of life. They don't care anymore. Like they don't want to stand up for days recurrently. They don't want to even eat. Like,
Okay, so what has happened in this kind of situation is, one, the harsh, critical, hurtful words that you are repeating to yourself on a daily basis. Have you ever seen anybody coming to you to see you to say, I'm excited about life, and their posture is like this?
no.
Why?
You want to
They're
tell us
up-
about posture? Yeah.
Exactly. So it's called your state. The truth is, when you look at the animals, the king of the jungle, what does he do? He beats his chest.
Chest and raw.
Right?
Yeah.
The apes, you see them. There's a bigness about them. I promise you, if you are depressed and you're like this, and all you do is change your physiology, which is your state, and go from this to this,
Yeah.
you will see that your state will change immediately.
That easy.
That easy. Wow. That easy. Because once you change your state, you're telling your mind that I'm okay. Even if you're not okay. The truth is, your mind doesn't know the difference. Your mind, if we sit down here and we meditate and both of us are in Banana Island in Barbados, wallahi, your mind doesn't know the difference that you're in Nigeria.
So wait, this thing that the Bible said is actually true. As far as your eyes can see.
Whatever you decide, because if you don't see it in your vision, not with your sight.
Yes, of course, your vision.
Vision is what you see with your eyes closed.
Yeah.
Exactly. You can stay here and be anywhere in the world. With the right posture, with the right mindset, with the right vision, you are locked in anywhere. So ask yourself, what are the things, if you find out from them, what are they saying? I'm useless. I'm not good enough. Nobody likes me. Nobody wants me. These things that are available to other people are not available to me. I'm different. That's the bottom line of everything that they're saying to themselves. Wow. And when you put a tape and you put it on repeat, it's called a looping tape. And the only song you are listening to, if I play you, when I came here earlier on, there was a song that was playing, I think with Pink, something about the deep end. And I was humming the words of the rhythm of the song, but I was intentionally not singing the words.
Lyrics, yes.
Because if you just play that song alone and put it on repeat, by evening, you'll be feeling depressed.
Yeah, so some song can
Try
take you.
it.
Yeah.
By evening, you'll be feeling the need to cry. Mosquito will be doing his job of biting you. You'll be crying. Because it will create a state in you that is sad. Because you have fed your mind sadness. So as good as that is, it's also terrible.
Yeah.
Because that then means that you are using your own hand to do yourself. Yoruba people will call it a fowofa. And I used to use my hand to do myself. I will lie down and play music that I'll be crying like this.
Yes. When you break up, you go and look for
like this.
sad songs.
Saddest songs.
So you can be in the mood.
So that mood continues.
Yeah.
Why do I want to be unsad? Let me just stay in this state for as long as I can stay and suffer myself.
Yeah.
Because the breakup might have been inevitable, but this suffering
is a choice.
I chose to suffer.
I've learned that.
I chose to suffer.
Wait, hold on a minute.
And depression is a choice to suffer. Okay. Now, I'm sure some people will hear this and say, what does she mean?
That is what I want to come for you, because they will come for you.
It is a choice. Everything in life is a choice. You can either choose to be excited, even in the most terrible state.
The people that are living in Makoko, do you know
Do you know
Makoko?
some of them are happier than you?
My dear
Living in
sister.
Lekki phase 1
My
and
dear
feeling
sister.
with your beautiful skin. Some of them are happier than you because
It's
then
true.
what you don't know to a large extent, if someone said, oh, they're eating something, sushi, and I said, I don't eat sushi. And they said, why? I said, because I've never, it's
Had it.
unfamiliar to
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
And I said, and the person said, you are missing. I said, I can't miss
What
what I
I
don't
don't
know.
have. Woo!
What
Yes,
I don't
it's true.
know.
It's true. It's true.
So there are people who rich people are killing themselves. What are we talking about? People
Yeah.
who are living in you are using them as prayer points,
But they are dying. They are dying.
but they're empty, completely empty on the inside, and they have realized that the material things actually cannot build them. Will do nothing in making them happy, and if there's happiness, it is fleeting. It's because I just bought this new car, but by next tomorrow, a newer version of that car is out.
The excitement even goes.
So you're consistently searching for something. And there's a book and a story about a thing called Waiting for Godot. Godot never came.
What do they mean by Godot?
It's a story. I think it's one of those mythologies about waiting for a god that never came. Everybody they kept on waiting for this. So here, if I want to bring it home, is we're waiting for heaven. What if heaven never comes?
Yeah.
What if we're already in heaven?
Ooh.
How are you going to make where you are today
feel like heaven?
Depression also is that you're constantly in a future that has never happened.
Ooh, that's anxiousness.
Exactly. Ooh. Coming from a past that can never also happen because it's gone. It's only a memory. But you keep reliving that memory, and you can believe in a lie so much that it becomes your truth.
Becomes your reality. Oh my God.
So if you sit down here and you think, I'm useless because my mother beat me when I was 20, and there's room for that, and I'll get there. When I was 4 years old, and I had a client who said to me that she had a dream that she was flying with Superman. And she woke up in the morning and told her mother she was 6 years old. Her mother took her to church, and the pastor labeled her a witch. Because for that child maybe watched Superman all through
the night.
Now, what we also don't know is that a lot of times our dreams, what we think are dreams,
reflect
our conversations and thoughts that we had during the day, that your brain is depositing in your subconscious mind. So it might show up as a dream. But it doesn't really mean nothing. I'm not saying dreams don't mean nothing, but a lot of our dreams come from the thoughts that we've thought throughout the day, the things that we've been exposed to, the conversations that we've had, the things that we've watched, the people that we've talked to. It's your brain is helping you recalibrating the information to know, are we keeping this? Are we? And that is doing a cleanse on you. It's like laundromats. When you are sleeping, your entire body is doing a laundromat down to even your sexual organs, your entire body. And that's why you need that amount of sleep. When they say 8 hours, but some of it has to be restful sleep. Deep sleep, not just anyhow sleep, because that's when your brain and everything is getting, like I said, it's cleansing. So depression to a large extent is the words that you're saying to yourself about something that happened in the past that no longer exists, that you cannot relive. You can only review at the most. Review. Two different things. And then you're in a future of fear
that has not happened
and might never happen. Might never happen. But you can believe it so much that it does happen. So once again, it's a choice.
I've never heard it like this. So you're trying to say that people that are depressed right now have the choice to get out, no matter how deep they think.
You have the choice to get out of anything. Anything and everything. It's a choice.
Life is
I decided that this child will not see me like this again. And I did something about it. I could have stayed there. I would not be the woman that you're talking to today. I would have been on the other side looking and hoping for hope one day. Now, God does the impossible. Human beings are meant to do the possible. Let's leave God alone. God has also enabled us to do all that we can do because He has given us power and then dominion.
Place it on
So
us.
that means that there are certain things that we don't need God for.
Yeah.
We just need us to decide to do.
Yeah. Okay, guys, so we're rounding up now, but hold on, we didn't finish. In the next episode, I'm going to drop the rest of it. We don't want you to be tired of watching so long. So the next episode, just stay tuned on your post notification.